Do you struggle with identifying the right topics to talk about on your live streams? For some people, this is obviously easier because of the topic that they're discussing. So, for example, if you're talking about gear and gadgets, all that fun stuff, it's very easy to talk about that, to come up with lots of topics for your live streams. However, it's not easy for everyone. And so, on this episode 69 of the Launch Your Live podcast, Marco Novo and myself are going to discuss how to find topics, how to identify topics, and how to organize them for your live streams, whether that's through some tools, some equipment, some things like that. So I'm going to go and bring on Marco. We're going to kick things off. We're over right now on Amazon Live, by the way. So if you want to check this out, just head over to Amazon Live. We put a link to this obviously in the description as well. But I'm going to go and bring on Marco. We're going to kick things off, come up with some ideas to help you find topics and organize your live streams. For those of you who haven't been listening to the audio version of this, again, you can just go to launcher.live/EP69. That'll get you to the Amazon Live show. So I'm going to go and bring on Marco, and we're going to start talking about this. Marco, how you doing?
I'm great. And you?
Doing pretty good, actually.
Perfect. So good to be here again to talk about this so important topic.
Exactly.
This topic about topics.
Why is it so important, by the way?
Well, because first it's the topic which will engage with your audience, which will help your audience, and hopefully will make them want to will to get back to your live shows again.
Yeah.
And also, for instance, and that's why I come up with some ideas for today. The last weekend I went out to a small vacations after 1 year and a half closed at home.
Yeah.
And I think it's good sometimes we are to get literally outside the box, which is our house, and see things in different perspectives. So that's why I think it's important also to have some gear, some equipment we have here to show you, because I'm truly sure that will work for you.
So where do you want to start, by the way?
Maybe I think we starting about this rocket book. It's a good starting point.
Yeah. So why is it important actually to keep your why is it important to keep all your live stream ideas? Why is it important to keep them organized?
Well, the why it's important, because it's kind of first you can if you write down your ideas. You can, for instance, you can create a kind of soap opera of your content, okay, and see which sequence you should follow. Also, it's good because sometimes, I don't know about you, but I have this problem. Sometimes I have one idea and I think, oh, this is great. I don't write it down, or don't record it. Then, oh my God, I had this idea. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So it's really good to somehow record the idea so you can pick it later, and also it helps to kind of mature the idea to be there and to think and
Yep.
to make it better.
That's an excellent point. Yeah. So okay, we've talked about this rocket book, right? So do me a favor. Do you happen to have this so we can kind of show our viewers and our listeners this product?
Okay, let me share that.
And by the way, this rocket book, it's a product that we talk about quite a lot, actually. And here's the thing, though. We talk about it because we use it. We love using this. I have actually have one here. Actually, I can go get it off the shelf, actually. Let me do this. I'll bring it up. And Marco, I'm going to let you talk about it while I actually grab mine.
Okay.
So there you go.
So, this is an amazing notebook. One thing you can do with this is first one is to write down your ideas, which is good. Okay. Also, you can kind of synchronize this notebook with your phone, because it allows you to record as well. Let me show you. Okay. So you can scan the ideas with your cell phone to your cell phone. And also, and this is huge, it allows you to reuse the rocket book, the notebook, which we talk so much, so often about being sustainable, about being green to the planet, and so this is another reason to grab this amazing notebook. Okay,
Definitely,
so
yeah, and it's a great product, by the way. I actually have one here. Went and got this. So this is my Rocketbook. I have the Wave model, and what's really cool about this product is, you guys hear me talk about this a lot. It's what Marco said. It's the sustainability. So it's if you're going to take, for example, if you're going to take a lot of notes, a lot of times people just jot them down on paper, right? And this is paper. It's just like regular paper, actually. You write with it with it's an erasable pen, but it's literally like regular paper. At least this model. And what's so great about this is whenever I have ideas, I carry this with me and I write in this. I don't write on a regular notepad. And you're probably thinking, well, why would you do that? And the reason is because I can write everything here. I could physically write down, studies have also shown, by the way, if we write things down, if we write them down in blue, I think it is, blue actually helps us remember. But if we write them down, then all I have to do with this product is there's this cool QR code in the bottom. And so the way this works is if I scan that, the app will actually basically they have an app. You open it on your phone, it'll scan this page, and then there's these little boxes along the bottom. Let me know if those are visible, Marco.
yes, a little bit to the right, I think. Or no, left.
There we go. So there we go. So there's these little icons along the bottom, and you can hook these in to do different things. So let's say Marco and I, for example, were collaborating on this episode. I could be jotting down my ideas in this notebook. And then if I'm like, hey, I want to share this with Marco, or I want to put it in our Google Drive folder that we have, all I have to do is open the mobile app. It will scan this page. It is crisp, super clear. And then what's great about it then is that it can go right to the digital location I want it to, whether it's emailing it to Marco or whether it's putting the exact file into Dropbox. So it's pretty fantastic in that sense. And then the great thing is, so I'm remembering it, I'm digitizing it. And then once I'm finished, all I have to do now is I can actually search the text too. So even if I've handwritten it, it will actually help me search the text. And then I can reuse the notebook. So it's, instead of having like stacks of notebooks and stacks of piles of paper on your desk, you've got one item that you simply use, and then you just erase it. And you erase this one by like putting a cup of water on top of it, put in the microwave, and it erases the pages, and they're reusable. Pretty fantastic product, right, Marco?
Absolutely.
And for those of you who are interested in, some of the other ways to obviously take some notes. I mean, obviously you can get like a Moleskine journal. Here's the thing. This is crazy. They're $20 and you would spend lots and lots and lots of money on, for example, a Moleskine for $20. You buy two of them, because you fill them up, you can't reuse them, versus you buy one of these Rocketbooks for like $20, $30, and you have a reusable notebook. So don't hesitate to check out that Moleskine if you like the old school way of keeping track of things. Okay. So what are the things I need to consider, Marco, when I'm trying to, come up with ideas and help organize my live streams?
Well, I think this Edward de Bono book. Let me see if I can. How to have creative ideas. It's one amazing book because it's really practical. Okay, he has the whole thing there. I have.
Are you talking about the Creativity Inc. book? Which one are you talking about?
How
you're
to
talking
have
about a different one, actually. Yes. Okay, you're talking about creative ideas. Yes, that's a great one. Yeah. Do you have that book, by the way?
Yes, I do. I don't know when I have it.
Yeah.
But I have this book because I'm seeing it. Please maximize it. Put yourself on full screen, and I'll be right back.
Perfect. So while Marco is going to be, I'm going to bring the product up actually. So while Marco is gone, getting his book, actually, he's going to be right back. I'm just going to drop some links here in the chat if you're tuning in. So we got some book recommendations. This is how to have creative ideas. So here's the thing: if you're always working in the same space, you're always going to come up with some ideas. But the downside is that, well, if you're always in the same space, it might even be boring actually to the point. And so you may want to consider looking outside. And so, for example, for something like this, we may look at how to have creative ideas. There's a book, 62 exercise to develop the mind. So it's to get you to be more creative if you're not a creative person, to get you kind of thinking more about like the topics you may want to create. So you obviously you come up with your parent topic, like what's your main topic. For example, the main topic of our show, they're primarily live streaming topics, but we also like to dabble in talking about marketing books and um, ideas to help us stay focused. And that's because you can quickly spiral out a ton of ideas, and then you got to figure out, well, how do I get all these things done? So, Marco, you let me know when you're ready for me to bring you back up.
I'm here. I'm here.
Awesome. So I'm going to bring Marco back in. He's got, I think you got this book, right?
There you go.
There we
Okay.
go. Yeah.
So
Marco's got the book. Yeah.
got it. So let me show. It has this. Okay, let me change the camera. Okay, there you go. Let me focus here. There you
So these
go.
are nice short
So
books. This is cool. Okay. How many pages is this book? Not long, right?
no, not long. Let me check. 174, but it has lots of tables, so you can because you have a kind of a dice game,
Okay.
okay, and
Yeah.
you throw the dices, and
Okay.
then you will pick these words. They
Yeah.
lots of practical exercises, which is good. It's not theory. It's not an academic book. It's a workbook, and I love this kind of books. So you will have uh,
Okay. Okay.
lots of exercises. So, for instance, I have my notes here. So
By the way, that's
you
Marco's live streaming strategy. So if you want to capture a screenshot of that, you're welcome to. Nah, just kidding. But notice, so okay, so this book is great for helping you come up with some ideas, helping you develop your mind, like change your way of thinking. Because, like I said, when you're trying to come up with ideas for your live streams, there's a lot that there's a lot that goes into it. Like sometimes you get too many ideas and you're not sure where to start, not sure which ones to talk about. Other times, though, you really are out of ideas and you're not sure what to talk about. So, How to Have Creative Ideas, excellent book, by the way. What else is important, by the way, to come up with topic ideas, Marco?
well, for instance, knowing really good your audience.
Okay.
Okay, uh, uh, understanding what they are struggling with.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. Mhm.
And let me bring this situation I had this
Sure.
weekend.
Yeah.
I went out and I decided, okay, let me do a live stream showing this. It's a small village in the north of Portugal, really close to the border with Spain. It's just a river between Portugal and Spain there.
Mhm.
And I made a live stream, and people, because it was not a kind of business live stream, it was more uh, unprepared,
Okay.
relaxed
Mhm.
live show. People were engaging and asking things, and uh, why did you do this? How you made this? Which gear are you using? Oh, good idea. So I think it's one good thing. It's to make these different kind of shows, so people will interact with you in a different way. They will put sometimes. It's really hard to get this engagement from your audience,
Okay.
and we discussed this lots of times. One of the good things about live streaming usually is that people interact more than they interact, for instance, with a static blog post or a recorded video. So allow yourself to do this kind of shows, to come up with more people talking to you, making you questions. And maybe this, because some people said to me, look, you should make this more often because you're showing amazing things and you're showing your perspective, and this is good for us as well. So this is one idea. It's not a kind of book thing or something, but it's a strategy that may work really well for you.
Yeah, so definitely getting outside. We talked about this earlier. Getting outside of your head. This also means getting outside of your space. So if you're always in an office, you're always in that like work mentality. Like for example, like if you work from home now, a lot of people have been used to like driving somewhere, having that small break to then go into work, to then have that small break to then go home, for example, and kind of decompress. And so that gives you that time to kind of think. However, if you don't have that, you need to make sure you take regular vacations, regular breaks, whether it's going outside and just getting in touch with nature, things like that, and obviously make sure you have these things to help you come up with ideas, for example, even while you're out, because you may get that spur of the moment idea because you're now in a different environment. Okay, Marcus, so we talked about that book. Is there anything else we should talk about in terms of helping come up with ideas?
Well, I think maybe this book, Creativity Inc.
Yes, that is an excellent book, by the way.
It's a book from Ed Cartmel. He was the CEO from oh my god,
Pixar.
Pixar. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. And he talks about amazing things. For instance, he talks about how important it is to instill the creative spirit in a company, because I think one of the problems about creativity is that people think it's
Yeah.
kind of a genius thing. It's not allowed to human people, and
Mhm.
also it's very spontaneous.
Yeah.
And most of them are wrong. First, it's a normal human thing, okay?
Uh-huh.
Because for instance, when we are young, when we are childs, we imagine so much, we create so much things.
Right.
So it's a human thing. And the other thing, it's that creativity involves a lot of work.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I love this book, because he mentioned how he works creativity in Pixar, how
Mhm.
things are done there. So
Yeah.
I think it's a good idea to think about creativity, and also because people sometimes think that, oh, uh, I need to have this amazing idea to make a live show, and sometimes by doing live shows in a consistent way, it's the
Right.
best way to become creative. So that's something that for me is truly important.
By the way, do me a favor. Can you bring that book up so we can show our viewers the book we're talking about?
Just let me do something here, please. Because
And by the way, the this is an excellent book, and here's the thing: it also is one that's gonna. It's by Ed Catmull. So if you've ever heard of Steve Jobs, for example, you've got Steve Jobs, you got Pixar. I mean, it's a great book. Great. This is, I think, the French edition, maybe, but there is
yes,
uh,
I'm changing it. Okay.
there is an English edition as well of this. It's an excellent book. I personally like the Kindle version of this. It's like what, $12, I think. But it's a great book in terms of helping you see. For example, this is a company that they make movies and they focus on certain elements, and so to help you come up with ideas, it's understanding, well, within my element, how do I actually make this stuff work, and come up with these ideas that are going to be creative, and um, what kind of process do I need to build into what I'm doing? For example, so if I'm going to be creative, like, are there certain standards that we want to uphold ourselves to with everything that we do? Things like that are going to actually rub off on you from a content perspective. So let me know. Can I bring that book up actually? Yeah, there we
There you
go.
go.
So let's scroll the top
So,
actually so people can see this. Yeah, so it's
so
Creativity Inc. Overcoming unseen forces that stand in the way of true inspiration. And that's a really great point. A lot of people, when they are making live streams, for example, they come up with, I'm gonna say, they come up with excuses, about
yeah,
why their
yeah.
live
So
streams are not going to work, why they're going to work. So I think this is like super important, that people make sure that they are, again, consuming content that's not just your own content, things that help shape your ideas and how you come up with things.
absolutely, absolutely. And well, you mentioned this book. It's also a good book to listen in Audible,
Yeah,
because it's not it doesn't have so much graphic information.
right.
So also buying the Audible version, it's a good option.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. So that's super important. Now, what else do I need to consider when I'm over here and I'm trying to come up with my ideas for my live streams, Marco?
Okay, so one thing for me, it's go outside.
Okay.
Okay, and when you go outside, one thing you can do, it's record things.
Okay.
Okay, so I having this gimbal, which is here by my side.
Yeah. Okay. You got a nice gimbal there. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me it's a good way for you, because sometimes by recording things, it's maybe you don't need to go live, okay, but
Right.
by recording things and look at them afterwards, and for instance, uh, saying something about the place you're visiting, could be a nice way for you to have ideas to come
Okay.
up with. So that's why I love this.
And this is the product Marco's talking about here. It's $99. It's a great product.
Yeah,
It's a great product for actually helping you create movies. So, for example, if you
yes,
want to come up with some ideas, it's also about storytelling. So when
absolutely.
you read that Creativity Inc. book, for example, it's going to focus on the storytelling aspect because that's what makes Pixar films so successful. It's the ability to tap into everyone's emotions. So, for example, to tap into our childhood or to tap into, a hobby, for example, that we've really been passionate about, to tap into human emotion. And so you're able to actually do storytelling. And so here's the thing: you can easily just hold your phone and move your phone around, but the gimbal is actually going to make it almost like you're the actual director here, which is pretty cool actually. So if you're somebody who wants to get into storytelling, having one of these is just a fantastic way to help encourage that, because then I think you're going to also then you'll fall in love with the tech and then the different angles and the different ways that you can and perspectives that you can give people through the content that you're going to be creating.
Absolutely. And the other thing about this gimbal is
Yeah,
that it works as a power bank as well. Okay,
really.
as you can see, yes, as you can see here in the top. Look, if you see here,
Yeah.
this connection
Okay.
to
To the device. Yeah. Okay.
yes. So this they say that the battery lasts up to 12 hours.
Okay.
Okay, so and we know that recording video with the cell phone or going live with the cell phone consumes a lot of battery. So
Okay.
there's this option. I can show to you.
Sure.
Let me. Where is
Yeah. So basically, this product it looks like it has has the ability. So it runs off of a battery, right? But then I think
yes,
I can power it off of a battery as well, right? Is that kind of
yes.
what you're getting at? Yeah.
I can show you in the if you put if you put me on the
Sure.
screen, I
Yeah.
can
Let's
show
put
you.
Marco up. Let's have him demo this. Yeah, Marco, go ahead.
So there you go. You have here the plug, so you can connect here a USB,
Yeah.
a micro USB, and then
Okay.
you can put the to your cell phone to be charging while you're recording. Okay,
Very cool. Yeah.
and and it has so many functions. Also, the app you can use allows you, depending on the model. It's very strict with models. They don't, but you can go live on your cell phone on the app. You just
Okay.
have to grab the RTMP credentials, put in
Mhm.
the app, and then you can
Okay.
go live from the app. Last weekend, I had in mind to make a live show from from a walk I made, but the
Great.
problem was that I didn't have network coverage there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Excellent. Yeah.
it
Point. Yeah.
was a remote point. But what I made, I recorded the whole way. Okay, and so it was my plan B. And also, this could be a nice thing to think about, which is sometimes we have in mind one idea, but we can make it because there's no network or something that we don't have uh, as we planned. So record it as well, and maybe later you will see what you learn from that. For instance, also it's good, and I'm on the learning curve of this because also it's a problem. Sometimes we think, oh, I don't know how to work with this. Oh my god, it's not for me. And
Mhm.
as everything, you should embrace things and give it a try. Okay, so that's also because for so many times we think, okay, this is not for me. It's too complicated. I can't do this. So having these devices, it's a good way to overcome this, and it's also an interesting process to to learn how to how it works. So that's one reason. and also it allows you to make a good recording, because it and I made this on Friday. Okay,
Yeah,
I made a recording with a gimbal and another one with a selfie stick, and it was different because with the selfie stick the image was shaking often, and with this it was smoother.
definitely. Yeah. So that, yeah, that's definitely a really important thing is, to get out there and like, if you're struggling with ideas, to get out there and, do some things outside of your normal space to, to inspire that, like, that fire to stoke that fire within, when you're trying to come up with ideas or you're trying to, you're trying to brainstorm ideas and topics for your live streams. Marco, is there what else is important? So okay, so we talked about jotting things down. We talked about obviously, some books for some inspiration. I know also, like, I mean, obviously making sure I'm out and about. I'm doing some video. That's great. Another thing I think that's important to help you jot down some ideas is I also like to, sometimes like to carry, if I'm traveling, I like to take a microphone with me so that I can take it with me and I can, also jot down some ideas. Maybe it's like I don't even have to be on camera recording for my live streams. I could just, maybe I'm filming something using that gimbal we talked about, and then maybe I'm using one of these as well. For example, this is the Rode Smart Lav that just plugs right into your smartphone, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. It's a very good microphone. For instance, yesterday I've seen a review of this microphone, and this is good when, for instance, when you go outside. And for where I live, usually at afternoon, it's very windy. Okay, so yesterday I've seen this guy um, recording close to some fans working. Okay, and you barely notice the wind coming. Okay, so this is good for, because this usually when we use mobile recording, we are outside, so it's good to
Mhm.
have a microphone which filters the unwanted sounds.
Yeah.
And this is a very good microphone because, for instance, if you just record from the microphone of your cell phone, usually it's not that good. This can be close to you. For instance, if you have a selfie stick or a gimbal, the the cell phone it's even farther than you. So using this microphone, it's a good option for sure.
Definitely is. And a couple of things I want to mention here, and you kind of hinted at this just a second ago. So one thing that's actually really useful about this microphone is that you can clip it onto your shirt, for example, if you want to be on camera recording something. Let's say you're also just filming something. You don't have to be on camera. You could just be narrating the video that you're filming. The other thing also that I like about this is, if you just want to record audio on your device, if you plug this into your smartphone, you can go to the recording app that's on your device, and you'll be able to use the Rode Smart Lav Plus, and you'll be able to get high quality audio. And that's important because let's say an idea strikes, and you're like, you know what? I want to actually
Absolutely.
just talk about a snippet, for example. You can always then talk about that snippet and then bring it into another product or another piece of software, for example, if you're doing that. So I love the Rode Smart Lav. It's a high quality microphone. It seems like, okay, well, it's expensive for a lavalier mic, but you're going to get really good audio because it's from Rode, which makes fantastic audio products.
Absolutely.
S-
Absolutely.
So that's so okay. So if you want to capture some ideas when you're on the go, you got that gimbal, you got the Smart Lav. What else is important to consider, Marco?
Well, I'm looking at these power banks because
Yes.
they are also important, and we brought this powerful.
So why do I need a power bank? I mean, obviously, I mean, as I'm coming up with ideas, if I'm jotting down in a notebook, I don't need the power bank. Well, why else would I need the power bank?
Well, for instance, if you want to record something, if you want to use your cell phone, if you want to use your laptop, because
Yeah.
sometimes this is a really powerful power bank. Okay, so
I mean, I
because
think,
sometimes, yes,
yeah,
yes, yes,
I was gonna say, I think the one we got here, actually, I think you can plug a laptop into this, right?
yes, yes, yes. That's why I brought this. I choose this one because, and we are the point here is it's something that I've been thinking about because we are coming to vacations and hopefully And why should not we just, okay, we don't need to stop 100%, and we can keep working somehow, even if it's recording ideas, if it's to make something while we are in vacation. So
Yeah.
having this extra power energy device, it's important in my perspective.
So yeah, and this thing has, I mean, it's got actually it's got some really amazing input and output. So for example, off to the side, you see you can plug like a laptop directly into it. There's also some USB-A ports there. There's a 12-volt output. So there's a 15-volt input, AC power as well, which is pretty darn awesome, actually, which means you basically can use this for quite a bit of things. It's also super convenient to carry. And then the great thing is that you won't ever run out of power. So you got the input, you got the 12-volt output, you got the AC output as well. You have lots and lots and lots of options here. It's $100. And that's the great thing about these sorts of products is, well, they're great because it has a huge amount of battery power. It's got 24,000 milliamps, nearly 89 portable, 88.8, sorry, on the portable power bank. It's got 110 volt, 65 watt AC outlet. It's also an AC power supply. So you got all of these options. It takes about 4 hours actually, which is pretty cool to recharge. So it's a high power product in a pretty portable package actually.
Absolutely.
So I love the idea, by the way, about having something like this that you take with you, so you never run out of ideas. Because a lot of people, they're on vacation and they're on their phone a lot, and then the downside of that is you want to capture the idea and you don't have the power on your phone, and then you're like, well, I don't have a notebook either. So if you don't have anything, then you're going to be out of luck to capture some of that. So
Absolutely.
I'd always have this kind of stuff with you. It's going to be super, super, super helpful. So you never run out of a way to capture some ideas, or you don't have to go look for paper, pad, anything like that. Develop a system. So if you're out and about, you've got a mobile system, i.e., you've got the gimbal, and you've got the microphone, and you've got, for example, a tripod and a battery to power the device. Or if you're going the old school route, you want something that's easy to also digitize, go with like the Rocketbook. Okay, Marco, where do we go next? How else do we find ideas, topic ideas, and obviously organize those?
Okay, let me see. Okay, I we have also this laptop. Well, they say that it's for bed, but I was I don't think this we can use this in having a portable
Like
workstation.
or a
Okay.
workstation, yeah. So definitely. So here's the thing. I think creating the right environment is the point we should make here. And it's the fact that if somebody, for example, if you're working from home, for example, if you don't have an office, or you don't really have a sort of dedicated space, this can actually be like your dedicated space. And this is where, it makes it comfortable for you to be working, to come up with these ideas, to jot down your notes and things like that. And so this is it's basically, they say it's a laptop bed tray table. It's an adjustable table, but you could put this on your desk, for example. So it gives you a bit of a standing desk that could also work on a big table to bring it up to the right height. If you're, it also is one of those things where if you like to sit and work on the couch, it's easy to just have this in front of you and work. Obviously, you may want to turn the TV off, but very, very, very good idea here as well, Marco, I think.
Yeah. I think again, sometimes your creative blocking comes from not changing the perspective. Okay, so having this and it's portable, which is good. Having this table, it's a very good way. As you can see, you can put underneath the bed. it's
Exactly.
it's a very good way for you to come up with ideas to change the way you work as well. Okay, because for instance, you can stand and it's different. So that's why I like so much this um
Yeah, and
laptop
what and
stand.
I think that's a really excellent point actually that you make about this kind of product. So for example, if I'm Like, I like the fact that you said that, you know what, this is actually portable. By the way, what's the coupon on this? There's a coupon, I think, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
This is actually a pretty
yes,
good product. So it's hold on, it's $72. It's a deal of the day, and then you can
yeah,
apply a 32% off coupon, which
yes,
is pretty crazy actually.
yeah.
So this is actually only $47, roughly $47. Um, but I like the fact that you mentioned it also folds up and you can put it under your bed as well. So, if you're somebody who's like, well, hey, I don't have the space for this, you actually do. You just need to fold it up, put it under your
Yeah.
bed, give yourself some space there, put it behind the bed, underneath a chair, for example. You have a recliner, it could go under that. You got a couch, it could go under there as well. But
And even
obviously, yeah, go ahead.
if you go to travel and you go by car, I
Yeah.
think it's pretty simple to store it somewhere.
Excellent. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, and this could be basically your all-in-one's place for you to do work. It's height adjustable. I mean, it's a really good product. And as you mentioned, it's something you can take with you.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. So, is there anything else we want to talk about, Marco, in terms of staying organized, getting some ideas down?
I think this gooseneck, it's it's also a good thing because it allows you, for instance, if you want to bring another camera for your live shows, or if you want to make um, a different for instance, like I like to do sometimes changing cameras, okay, because this allows you to make another kind of show. So I like this gooseneck. It's also a deal,
Yeah.
okay, so you can bring ideas, and I think one of the things about these flexible things, it's sometimes by using them, your brain follows the flexibility, and sometimes it helps you to see things in different perspective, to become more creative, okay, so this allows you to make uh, different footages, different angles. So this is good, for instance, if you like to make unboxings and these kind of things. So yes, I like the this kind of simple gear that allows you to make different things, and usually they help you to think differently as well.
And well, and the other thing also I wanted to mention about this product, which I think is a really good way to use this is, if you're somebody who finds yourself constantly like checking your phone, like you're moving, you're looking at your phone, you got to pick it up because hey, something flashed on out of the corner of your eye. This is a great way to be able to actually get to that product, like keep the phone right in front of you. So you can also clip this on the back of a desk and it can bring your phone right at eye level. So you don't actually have to stop what you're doing working. You can be working and then you can glance over at your phone. So if you're live streaming, for example, um, definitely, definitely something to go and check out. I personally like to have my phone on the stand. And again, I mean, it allows it's a very rigid product as well. So when this clips on, you're able to move the phone and
Yes.
it's not like it's going to sag as well, or it's going to be,
Yeah.
down on your desk, or you're going to have to look at it. You can put it right there at eye level. So all you got to do is glance, for example, off to the side here and look at the phone and then go back to your work. You don't have to actually stop, pick up the phone and all the other stuff that's associated with it.
Absolutely.
So yeah, no, I think this is I think these are great points, Marco. Is there anything else I need to do to like help me, when I got all these ideas to like, keep them organized or to jot them down?
Well, let me see. Well, I think write them down, it's good. You can also check this book from where, look, where is the from Mark Schaefer, the content code,
Yeah, let's
okay,
pull that one up. Yeah.
because sometimes this kind of books, like the other from Melanie Diesel,
Yeah.
allows us to sharp our ideas, because sometimes
Right.
we have good ideas, yes, but we lack kind of intention, we lack organization, somehow we miss also um, the framing. So having these books allows us to put more intention in our content, because this is really important. Sometimes we are too, how can maybe too sweet in our contents. Okay, we like to help, but we should have in mind that content, it's a business generator. Okay, so having this book like the content code, it's good to understand how we can be more intentional with with our content, how to become better with content as well. So that's why I recommend this book.
Yeah, no, that's an excellent book. Yeah, and I mean, the key thing is again, it's to sort of like to stoke that inner fire, for example. So if you're somebody who like if you have too many ideas, start jotting them down in the notebook. Start, if you're out and about and you're filming stuff, like put the mic on, for example, or record. So if you're out and about, that's definitely something to go check out. The other thing though is like just to constantly have a way to just to keep that fire going. And because a lot of people, what they do is once they either get too overwhelmed with ideas and then they just don't jot down any of them, or they want to have all these ideas, but then they're like, well, where do I put them? Just jot them down. And these books can help you. So if you're, if you, for example, you're running a fire and you want to keep that fire going, you need to like have the right stuff to like how do you get it started? And then once you have it started, the wood doesn't just burn. You have to then put additional pieces of wood. You have to add additional material to keep that fire going and keep it nice and big and roaring. And so it's the same thing for all your ideas that you're coming up with. There's a lot that, as you're coming up with these ideas, look at all these different resources, use them as a guide to help you. So Marco, let's do one more product actually I want to talk about. And let's pull up the Go XLR actually. Actually, we're gonna do two products. We're gonna cover the Go XLR. And this is a little on the high end side, I'll say that. But for those of you who want to come up with some ideas and you need an easy way to capture them, one of the products that both Marco and I both love is this vocal effects processor. Basically, it's a mixing board from called a Go XLR, and it's a fantastic product. And this is especially useful for those of you who you have these ideas and you want to capture them. The Go XLR will 100% can help you make it easy to capture all of this in real time. It's not you want to make sure you set yourself up for success. So if you've jotted down your ideas in a notebook, you then have to make sure you put them into action. And
Absolutely.
this is where the Go XLR can really come in handy. It plugs into your computer, and there's also a mic, by the way, that we recommend for this as well. It's the Shure MV7, but that one I'll just quickly highlight in the carousel. But the Go XLR, basically the way this works is it plugs into your computer, and then you can record directly into your favorite audio program on your computer. And you plug in a good quality microphone into this Go XLR, and you're going to constantly be able to capture those really good nuggets of information that you want to share with people, whether it's a short audio recording, whether you're recording a podcast, a live stream, doesn't matter. Whether you're recording a course that you're going to sell, doesn't really matter as well. But excellent product to be able to do that. And it's also got some really cool effects on it. It has, for example, there's the ability to make a call-in show off of this, so somebody can call in. There's a chat feature. There's the ability to bring in music, so you don't have to actually you can adjust your voice. You can do some really amazing things with this product. What else do you want to add on this one, Marco?
Well, I think you mentioned the microphone. I don't know if you want to bring it.
Yeah, sure. We'll bring the microphone up. Yeah.
Shure MV7, because I think it's.
So you do have to have a mic that goes with this, but yeah, the Shure MV7.
Yeah. This is I on my shows I usually have the Shure MV7, and one of the reasons is it's on a deal. Okay, you will save $62. Oh, that's good.
No, what's on a deal? The MV7?
Yes.
That's pretty amazing, actually. But yeah, so it's normally about $300. It's $249. Yeah, great product, by the way.
Yes, and this is a microphone that covers the starters and also the pros, because it has the USB connection and it has the XLR connection as well. Okay, so if you want to start right now with a plug and play microphone, this Shure MV7, it's okay. But if at some point you want to go, for instance, buy a mixer like Go XLR, you can use this microphone as well. Okay, so this could be a nice couple both of this gear. Okay, it's a Shure microphone, which it's something that speaks by itself. Okay, also it has amazing design. It has this touch panel where you can control the mode. Also, you can mute. You can control the volume and the gain of the microphone
Yeah.
as well. So I truly love this microphone. It has two colors, black and silver. Okay. Well, you can talk about your experience with Shure microphones.
Well, I'll say this. I mean, I'm actually using a Shure microphone right now. This is a Shure SM7B. So this is the big brother to the MV7. But what I like about the MV7 is that, if somebody's getting started, and like that you mentioned this point, Marco, it's the fact that this microphone that I'm using right now, the SM7B, is XLR only, which means if I wanted to plug it into a computer, I have to buy a mixer. However, if I have the MV7, it has the ability to plug directly into the computer or into a mixer. So I don't have to have the mixer to run it. But the mixer does help. It does make it easy to add sound effects, to be able to record. All your audio goes through that mixer. It gets processed and then goes into your computer. So you get good, clean audio. So you can use it for live streams. You can use it for podcasting. You can use it for all sorts of short audio recording. So if you have ideas, you can use it for that as well. You're really not limited. It's there for you so that, let's say you're in the middle of doing some work and you're like, I want to jot down an idea. You're at your desk. You can easily capture it and you can just start speaking. And then you have that audio going into some program, or you can even just stream it out. So it's a great product for that sort of thing. So this way you're not, in terms of coming up with ideas, you've come up with ideas. Now you want to actually get them organized. Just record them through the mixer, save them to your computer, and you got high quality audio that you can repurpose at some point. So,
and also I want to highlight, because I like to highlight this on my live shows as well.
speaking of highlighting, we're going to highlight you right now.
So this is a dynamic microphone, and what is the difference? Mainly there are two big types of microphones: condenser and dynamic. The difference with this microphone and most of the Shure microphones is that they are dynamic, and this means that they won't pick so much sound as the environment. Okay, you need to be closer to the microphone to be heard, because if you go too far, it will be harder to listen. The good thing about this is that it doesn't bring unwanted sound. For instance, open window, which you should not have while you're making a live show. But if you are typing in the keyboard, it doesn't come to the microphone, and that it's something that usually we do when we are live. And if you grab something or if you drop something in the desk, usually dynamic microphones doesn't catch all the sound. The condenser microphone, it's good. Okay, you can be a little bit farther than microphone, but the problem with this, or the challenge, it depends on the perspective you want to put it, it's that they are more sensitive to every sound. So sometimes you get more kind of clear sound, but the problem is that if you knock on the table, people will listen a bird singing, and this is something that I don't really appreciate when I'm doing live shows or recording. So I if I have to pick one kind of microphone, I will stay with dynamic, because they will get a better sound, a cleaner sound for you.
Yeah, that's a great point, by the way, and I appreciate the fact that you identified, or you gave us a good example of what types of microphones these are and why some of them are better than other things. And the other thing, I like the fact that you also mentioned that if you are going to do recordings, for example, if I'm going to do a recording with two people, like let's say that's let's say I decide, hey, you know what, I'm going to make a live stream and I'm going to come up with an interview series, like kind of like what we're doing here. and maybe we're in the same location, I might want to use that together. So that's something I need to think about, the type of mic that I get, because this one is designed for one person to speak into the mic versus other mics where they're able to speak, for both sides of the mic, for example, so you don't have to have multiple mics and things like that. It obviously helps to have this kind of mic because then, for example, I can turn my head sideways, and as you can see, the sound's not as good because I'm not speaking in the mic. You're not hearing all the other stuff or the keyboards, things like that. So it's like you need to pick the right tool for the job. The same thing though with picking the right tools to help you come up with ideas and to organize them for your live streams. So, Marco, I got to say, I mean, this has been a really fantastic episode. Just the fact that we talked about ways to how to find topics for your live stream. So if you're struggling with, coming up with ideas, obviously look at what your competitors are doing. Look at, look at what they're doing, look at other people in your space, and then make sure you have the right products to help you capture that information quickly and to organize it. And then the key thing is you got to take action as well. So don't just constantly jot it down in the notebook where you end up with notebook after notebook full of ideas. Jot them down in the notebook, put them in your system, and then record those episodes. For example, Marco and I, before we did this show, we came up with our, what our topic was going to be, what products we wanted to talk about in relation to this. For example, if you're watching the Amazon Live show, but again, I mean, you don't just come up with the ideas and leave them there and let them stagnate. Take some action on it because then that's going to help you grow. And obviously these products can all help with that, whether it's, helping you come up with the ideas, helping you get more creative, helping you record those ideas, helping you, keep them organized. Just lots and lots of stuff that we want to share with you. So we really hope you all enjoyed this. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Marco, this has obviously been a blast. This is episode 69 of the Launch Your Live podcast, and obviously the live stream as well here on Amazon Live, where we discuss how to find topics for your live streams. Remember, if you want help with your live streams, you can always contact us reach out to us for help at Launch Your Live on all of our social platforms. Obviously, we're here on Amazon Live every single week as well. I think our next episode too, by the way, Marco, is next Tuesday, I think, right? Next Tuesday?
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be back for another episode. And with that, we just want to, if you have any questions, if you're listening, just go to launcher.live/EP69. That's going to get you over to the Amazon Live so you can see all the products we talked about and we recommended on helping you find topic ideas for your live streams and helping you organize them. But I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We will see you all on a future episode. Thanks a lot for watching and for listening.